You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello, and welcome to a special holiday edition of Storytime. I'm Nyla McClain. This show is a collaboration between GHS-TV and the Early Childhood Program at Germantown. Our first book today is The Littlest Reindeer. Kids, are you excited about Storytime today? Yes. Great. Let's begin. The Littlest Reindeer, written by Brandy Daughtery and illustrated by Michelle Lisa Todd. Dot was a reindeer. She lived with her family at the North Pole. There were many reindeer in Santa's village, but Dot was the littlest one. Kids, can you help me count how many reindeer are in Santa's village? Yeah. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great job. Which one do you think is Dot?
The little one.
Right here?
Yeah.
Great job. Dot had a friend named Oliver. He was the littlest elf in Santa's village. But Dot and Oliver, great job. Dot and Oliver were Santa's special helpers, but Dot wanted another job too. More than anything, Dot wanted to help fly Santa's sleigh. Santa would be choosing a new reindeer soon, and Dot was excited. She just needed a few lessons, and then she would be ready. Dot's sister, Stina, showed her how to get a running start. Dot's cousins watched too. Faster, faster, they chanted. But Dot's short legs just couldn't keep up. I bet Carl can help, Stina said confidently. Then Dot's brother, Carl, showed her how to make the first leap into the air. It's called the takeoff, he said. Okay, now you try, Carl told Dot. Dot tried with all her might to jump in the air. Carl laughed. Very funny, Dot. Now really jump this time. That was it, Dot whispered. Oh, Carl said. Well, maybe Grandpa has some suggestions. Dot's grandpa was in the stable. I need help jumping, she told him. I know exactly what to do, he said. Dot's grandpa showed her how to jump from the stable loft and fly. Kick, 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 he shouted. But when Dot tried to jump off the platform, she sank right into the big hay pile below. Dot's grandpa pulled her out. Why don't you go talk to your mama? Dot's mama was at the supply store. She was picking up a new harness made especially for Dot. But when Dot tried it on, the harness slipped right off. We can fix it, Dot's mama said. But Dot shook her head. I'm too little. I can't run. I can't jump. I can't fly. Dot's mama nuzzled in close. But you will soon. There's always next year. Dot clopped through Santa's village. She was sad. Would she ever be big enough to help fly Santa's sleigh? Just then, Dot's friend Oliver appeared at her side. What's the matter? Oliver asked. I'm too little to fly Santa's sleigh, Dot said. But you're not too little to do lots of other things, Oliver replied. Come on. Dot and Oliver made a snowman. They played tag with their friend Charlie. They made Christmas cards for their family, and they even helped a baby fox find his mama. At the end of their busy afternoon, they collapsed in a snowbank to rest. See, Oliver said, look at all the things we can do. Dot smiled. She felt better already. Before Dot knew it, Christmas Eve had arrived. The entire North Pole came out to send Santa and the reindeer off on their important journey. Dot's grandpa gave her a big nuzzle. This will be you next year, he said. Dot nodded. Everybody cheered and waved as the reindeer got their running start. But then Dot noticed a tiny present in the snow. It had fallen out of Santa's bag. Oliver looked at Dot. Go, go, he cried. Then she picked up the gift and ran as fast as she could. Just as the reindeer lifted Santa's sleigh into the air, Dot jumped. It was her highest jump ever as she kicked her legs as hard as she could. Suddenly she was flying. She leaped right into the sleigh. Santa smiled. Well done, Dot. When Dot returned to the North Pole early the next morning with Santa and the other reindeer, the whole village was waiting. Everyone surrounded Dot with hugs and cheer. "I knew you could do it," Oliver cried. Dot finally found a way to help Santa and his sleigh. Sometimes little is the perfect size after all. But even better, having a friend by your side makes anything possible. Well, I have another great book for you guys. It's called The Biggest Christmas Tree Ever by Stephen Kroll and illustrated by Jenny Bassett. Once there were two mice who fell in love with the same Christmas tree, but you had to see it to believe it. Everyone in Mouseville loved Christmas trees. Every Christmas, families all over town put up the biggest, most beautiful tree they could find. But first came Thanksgiving. The day before the celebration, Clayton, the house mouse, took a walk around Mouseville. He knew he should be thinking about giving thanks, but the chill in the air reminded him of Christmas. "You know what?" he said out loud. "This year, I'm going to find the biggest Christmas tree ever." Not far away, Clayton's friend Desmond, the field mouse, said exactly the same thing. That night, Clayton helped his mom and dad, his brother Andy, and his sister Trudy make a special cheese casserole and a nut pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond and his brother Morris helped Uncle Vernon fix a big pot of vegetable stew and a cheesecake. Everyone ate much too much. After dinner, Clayton's grandma and grandpa sat in the living room, holding their tummies and grumbling. Over at Desmond's, the cousins from across the road stretched out on Uncle Vernon's sofa and took a nap. Thank you. I can have it. Thank you. The following morning, Clayton woke up early. He wanted to be first at Clara's Christmas tree farm at the edge of the town. That way, he could have his pick of the biggest trees. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond troubled out of the bed with the same thought. Clayton hurried over to Clara's, but it was hard to go very fast. He was still too full of Thanksgiving dinner. By the time he reached the Christmas tree farm, he was out of breath. He looked around. No one was there. Moments later, Desmond arrived. He was too full of Thanksgiving dinner. He too had found it hard to hurry. He took a deep breath and stumbled inside. Clayton wobbled down the rows of trees. Here was a nice one, but it was much too small. There was another one, but it was squat and had a crooked top. Over there was a third, but it was average height and had big gaps between the branches. Struggling down another row, Desmond was having the same problem. Clayton leaned against a tree. It was scrawny and not very tall. "I'll never find the tree I want," he said. "I better go home." And not far away, squinting at another tree, Desmond said, I'll never find the tree I want. I better go home." When Clayton reached his house, it was only the middle of the morning, but he was still full and he was tired. He fell back into bed. When Desmond reached his house, he too went back to bed. Clayton woke up for lunch and spoke to his dad. Dad said, "Go out this afternoon. We'll walk to the far edge of the Christmas tree farm. The biggest trees are there." When Desmond woke up for lunch, Uncle Vernon told him the same thing. That afternoon, Clayton went out again. At the very same time, Desmond did too. Clayton walked to the farm edge of the Christmas tree farm. He looked at one big tree after another, but none of them looked like the biggest Christmas tree ever. Down another path, Desmond was having the same bad luck. Starting to lose hope, Clayton peered around a very thick trunk. Desmond peered around the same thick trunk. They bumped heads and fell down. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Clayton. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Desmond. "Why don't we find it together?" said Clayton. "No one said we couldn't," said Desmond. They set out through the rows of trees, They looked and looked until it was almost dark. Just as they were ready to give up, there it was, a Christmas tree so big and so tall, it reached the sky. How will we cut it down? Clayton asked. It's much too big for the two of us. Where will we put it? Desmond added. If it won't fit in your house or mine. Clayton and Desmond smiled. Our families will help us, they said together. And that is what happened. Clayton's dad and Uncle Vernon came out with their axes, and with the help of Clayton and Desmond, they chopped down the giant tree. Both families called on friends and relations, and together they loaded the tree onto 100 red wagons and pulled it into Clayton's front yard. There they decorated with the most wondrous ornaments and colored lights. And on Christmas Eve, with all of Houseville celebrating around it, the biggest Christmas tree ever lit up the entire hillside. Clayton and Desmond shared a high five. We did it, said Clayton. All of us, together, said Desmond. How about that book? Good grades. Coming up, we'll read Care Bear Catch the Christmas Spirit. We'll be right back. GHS-TV started in 1982, and it was just a couple of cameras, a couple of on-air personality, and it's really grown into what you see today. It's a multi-million-dollar studio with top-of-the-line technology.
Being able to operate, all of the machinery in the control room, being able to use all of our software and hardware that we have around the studio is a great skill because this is top-of-the-line equipment.
I feel like this class has brightened my horizon. It's something that I never thought I would be doing, especially as a student.
GHS-TV is probably one of the most hands-on experiences a student will ever get in their lifetime.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. Nothing really has just the vibe that we have here.
Especially after you finish, you get a real rush of, wow, I just did that.
By the time a student graduates from Germantown High School, they will know pretty much every position there is, from producing to directing to on-air work.
You learn time management, you learn organization, you learn how to work with people, how to better communicate with people.
We put a lot on them, and they have to be able to have the responsibility and the knowledge to get everything that we ask them.
I had very little experience, so in the past 3 years, the skills that I've learned have absolutely exponentially grown.
The class has actually helped me figure out that I want to go to college for journalism.
When a student graduates, they are the best possible version of themselves that they can be.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Storytime. I'm Joisha Williams, and we are ready for our next story. It's called Care Bear Catches the Christmas Spirit. Are you guys excited for our book? Yes! Care Bear Catches the Christmas Spirit. Bah humbug, grumbled the Grumpy Bear. I think Grumpy Bear is feeling blue and needs a little help getting into the Christmas spirit, Tender Bear whispered to Share Bear. Help us decorate the castles, said Tender Bear. It's too cold out, Grumpy Bear complained. My boots have holes in them and they're full of snow. I have extra boots for you, said Share Bear. Well, I guess I can try them on, since you went all out your trouble for me, replied the Grumpy Bear. After Share Bear finished decorating, they headed inside for hot cocoa and the Christmas cookies. But humbug, cried the Grumpy Bear. Someone's eating all of my favorite cookies. Don't worry, said Friend Bear. I know how much you like the Christmas tree cookies, and I made an extra batch for you. Well, thank you, said the Grumpy Bear, gobbling up the cookies. It would be a shame to let them all go to waste. Knock, knock. Someone's knocking on my door this late at night, then they didn't even bother to wait for me to answer the door, yawned the Grumpy Bear. Bah humbug, oh, what is this? New snow boots, that's just what I've been wishing for. But who knew that, wondering the Grumpy Bear. Oh, my dear friends, I've been awful busy. I've got quite a lot of things to do before Christmas morning. Merry Christmas, everyone, shouted the Grumpy Bear. Thank you for helping me find my Christmas spirit. The end. You guys enjoy that book?
Okay, so I also have There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bear by Lucy Kurlandra, illustrated by Gerald Lee. There was an old lady who swallowed a bear. How it jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bear. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who swallowed some bows, snuff and snow, and there were velvet bows. She swallowed some bows to tie the bell that jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bells. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who swallowed some gifts. It gave her a lift to swallow the gifts. She swallowed the gifts to go with the bows. She swallowed the bows to tie at the bell that jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bells. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who swallowed some socks. It was easy to pack and very big sack. She swallowed the sack to hold the gifts. She swallowed the gifts to go with the bows. She swallowed the bows to tie up the bell that jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bell. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who swallowed the sled. It was a ton of weight and it was a shiny red sled. She swallowed the sled to carry the sack. She swallowed the sack to hold the gifts. She swallowed the gifts to go with the bows. She swallowed the bows to tie up the bell that jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bell. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who swallowed some reindeer. They were in full gear. She swallowed the reindeer to steer the sled. She swallowed the sled to carry the sack. She swallowed the sack to hold the gifts. She swallowed the gifts to go with the bows. She swallowed the bows to tie up the bell that jingled, jang, and tickled as well. I don't know why she swallowed the bell. I wish she'd tell. There was an old lady who needed a treat. She thought the candy cane would be very sweet, but when she heard a jolly ho, 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 she knew it was time to go. So she whistled loud, and soon by her side was Santa Claus waiting for a ride. Happy holidays to all. The end. She swallowed all those items just to help Santa Claus out. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll read The Elves on the Shelf. Stay tuned.
We have 4 major vocal ensembles at Germantown High School. There's a large chorale with about 50 to 60 students, a women's chorus, our chamber choir, which is an elite ensemble of 18 singers, and a contemporary a cappella group, which is about 16 singers.
It's really nice to be in a room full of people who share your passion and who want to learn and make every song as beautiful as it possibly can be.
I really try to instill in my students the importance of connecting with the literature, that they have to go outside of the box and actually understand what they're singing about.
Thank you. This program has really pushed me. It's shown me a lot of my insecurities and how to grow past those.
Many times we'll gather around the piano to build that sense of camaraderie, to be able to hear each other better, to interact with each other and make music together.
Work together, hold that solid.
Then we genuinely love music. We sing because we want to and not because our Mr. Hayner is telling us.
Do 2 beats, you come in. 1 and 2. Music empowers us to come together as a group. I feel like this generation has become so focused on me, 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 me. And music is us, 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 us.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit GHS-Kappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Storytime. I'm Brenda Woods. Our final holiday story today is The Elf on the Shelf. The Elf on the Shelf, A Christmas Tradition by Carol V. Ebersold and Chanda A. Bell. Have you ever wondered how Santa could know if you're naughty or nice each year as you grow? For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret. It now can be shared if you promise to keep it. At holiday time, Santa sends me to you. I watch and report on all that you do. My job's an assignment from Santa himself. I am his helper, a friendly scout elf. The first time I come to the place you call home, you quickly must give me a name of your own. Once you are finished, my mission can start. What will you call me, Markle or Zart? Will it be Foodle, Criddle, or Clyde? Fizbee's cute too, but you must decide. Each night while you're sleeping, to Santa I'll fly. To the North Pole, right through the dark sky. Of course, Christmas magic helps me to be quick. I laugh with my friends and report to St. Nick. I tell him if you have been good or been bad. The news of the day makes him happy or sad. A push or a shove, I report to the boss. But small acts of kindness will not be lost. In the car at the park or even at school, the word will get out if you broke a rule. I'll be back at your home before you awake, and then you must find the new spot I will take. You'll jump out of bed and come running to see who'll be the first to spy little old me. Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, or den is where you will find me, your special elf friend. I can hide on a plant, a shelf, or a frame. Where will I be? Let's make it a game. There's only one rule that you have to follow. So I will come back and be here tomorrow. Please do not touch me, my magic might go, and Santa won't hear all I've seen or I know. I won't get to let him that you said your prayers, or helped to bake cookies, or cleaned off the stairs. How will he know how good you have been? He might start to think you forgot about him. I can't speak to you, so says Santa Claus. All of us elves have to follow his laws. I'll listen to you, tell me your wishes. Would you like a game or some teeny toy dishes? The gleam in my eye and my bright little smile shows you I'm listening, noting your foul. The final decision with Santa now rests. What do you think? Will you get your request? The night before Christmas, my job's at an end. The rest of the year with Santa I'll spend. So blow me a kiss and bid me farewell. I'll fly away when I hear Santa's bell. Of course I will miss you, but wait till next year. When the holidays come, I'll again reappear. Until then, I wish every girl and each boy a Christmas of peace and a year full of joy. The end. I like that book. Did you like that book?
No.
Thank you for tuning in to Storytime. For more information on our programming, please check us out on the web at GHS-TV.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month on Storytime. Now we're going to do one of our new songs that we learned in preschool. You remember the song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas? Let's all do a little clapping. Let's do clapping. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping.